Welcome to Kitco News. I'm Niels Christensen. Joining me today is Felix Lee, President of PDAC and consultant with CSA Global. Welcome to Kitco.
Pleasure to be here, Niels.
So you are president of the organization that hosts the largest mining conference in the world. Today you did a presentation on the financing of the mining sector. Right. What's the health? How would you characterize the health of the mining sector right now?
As we note in our 2019 State of Mineral Financing Report, which I should add is available for free off the PDAC website, we note that we're actually, PDAC sees us at a crossroads. And by that we mean we're in a bit of a strange place. We've seen over the last couple of years, 2016, 2017, an uptick, quite a significant uptick in terms of financing activity in the mineral sector, both globally as well as here in Canada. But going into 2018, that financing activity dropped off quite drastically. And if anything, if 2019 is anything to go by, financing activity is shaping up to be even weaker this year.
Weaker this year? I mean, it's only been the last few months where we've seen gold prices rally and, sort of improvement. But I'm surprised that you would say weaker with, the conditions that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, well, on the exploration side, in terms of exploration dollars being spent, in terms of exploration activity, that's somewhat mirrored the financing activity. So, we see a rise in exploration activity from 2016 going into 2017. But where financing dropped off in 2018, we've seen exploration dollars or exploration activity continue to rise going into 2018. We're at a crossroads because the concern at the moment is the way the financing activity has shaped up over the last year. We expect to probably see a drop-off, a corresponding drop-off in exploration activity this year and probably going into 2020. Having said that, there are definitely sort of spots of activity here in Canada. I just had the opportunity to come back from the Nova Scotia Gold Show. Nova Scotia right now is a hotbed of exploration and grassroots exploration of that. So there's quite a lot of excitement in Nova Scotia. And then here in Quebec as well, exploration is going very, very strong. Of 13 provinces and territories, Quebec is attracting the lion's share of exploration dollars.
I think fourth in the world, according to Fraser Institute.
Fourth or fifth. Most attractive mining jurisdiction to invest in. It's about $623 million was spent in exploration in this province alone, constituting almost a quarter of all the exploration dollars spent in Canada. So yeah, lots of activity here.
So there's still money. There's money flowing into the sector. Maybe not consistently. Maybe not. The faucet isn't completely open. What do you think is it going to take to get investors and generalist investors? I mean, we have seen some of the big producers step up into this void and start doling out some capital to exploration companies and taking stakes and stuff like that. So what do you think what's it going to take to get generalist money into the sector again? That's
a really good question. The way I look at it is, as an industry sector, we're competing, with other industries for those dollars, and at the moment, other industries obviously are able to offer, positive returns, much more liquidity. Basically getting those returns in a much more timely manner. A lot of the uncertainties that we deal with in our industry within the mineral sector, whether it's regulatory burdens, issues on the environmental side, social side, the costs of doing exploration. All those uncertainties just ultimately mean, in terms of certainty in a return that an investor might get, it's just not there. So it really comes down to how our sector competes with other sectors in terms of fundamental business, basically business fundamentals.
What do you think about ESGs, ESG policies? And I'm sort of wondering, I mean, is this a way to sort of attract unexpected capital into the industry? I mean, PDAC has actually worked hard to promote environmental, social governance policies within the mining industry. Is there an opportunity for the mining sector to sort of reach out to these, unexpected, people who don't, who don't understand how evolved mining has become since, way back in the day?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a huge opportunity. As with a lot of things, there's two ways of looking at things. You're going to look at something as an obstacle, or you can look at it as an opportunity. And certainly when it comes to environmental performance, social performance, you can look at it as an obstacle, something to have to, another thing to have to deal with, or you can actually look at it as an opportunity, something to set the industry apart, something to set your company apart from others. And so, I think the reality is that demands of investors, demands of the general public in terms of environmental stewardship, corporate good behavior, it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. So, those that embrace the changes and do their best to do the right thing, ultimately the ones that investors going down the road are going to pick as companies that they put their money into. So I do see it as an opportunity. I also see it as a space where, as an industry, we can potentially develop a competitive advantage.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for watching Kitco News. Stay tuned for more coverage. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks, Niels.
Thanks.